Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today on May I Scraplift You, I am scraplifting my Scrappy Adventures, and I really love this layout. I really like the Western theme, and I had thought about going with the Western theme also, but I switched it up and I went with a couple of photos of my son. We came home one day from, well, I came home from being out, and my son was replacing the springs on my husband's truck. And it wasn't planned really. I mean, it was planned that it would eventually be done, but it wasn't planned to be done in the middle of the week, on the day he was doing it, and so it was kind of like a little bit of a surprise. So, uh, a nice surprise, but yeah, definitely a surprise. So I thought I'd pull out this old basic gray paper, and I am just tearing it up because there's some nice torn edges in my inspiration piece there, and I'm playing around with the idea of leaving the stripes in the middle. I tried this other piece from a different collection. I didn't like it. Originally I thought I was going to use that craft piece of cardstock that's in the background, but then I don't end up using that at all. I thought I was going to have to kind of like piece things together, but yeah, no, I didn't use it at all. It's just sitting there. What I end up doing is I just love the black because um, it's kind of funny. I was going to say it's reminiscent of the the new black paper in Vicki Boutin's new color study line, but this paper was out long before Vicki's was out, and this company is not even around anymore. So I guess it doesn't. It reminds me of it, but it's definitely this was out first. So anyway, I didn't really want to tear up both pieces, but I end up tearing up the first piece of black and then using the second piece of black as a background, because I end up using it for the center of that, and I like it a lot better than the craft, and I didn't have enough left over off of those torn pieces to create the center by the time I was done. So I do ink up the edges with some Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio, and then I pulled out the salvaged patina and put a little bit of that on because it was just a tiny bit too green with just the Cracked Pistachio and a little bit too blue with the salvaged patina. But a combination of the two like gave me almost the perfect color. So that's what I did, and it worked out really well. So I was pretty happy with the way that turned out. And I really like this the gears paper there, just because, you know, gears and cars, they go well together. And I think I put gears on a lot of his layouts lately, because a lot of the layouts that I have made of him, he is actually working on vehicles a lot. And that's what he was doing for quite a while. He was working in a mechanic shop as a mechanic, but he has since changed jobs, and he was just doing this in the afternoon one day when I came home from being out, and yeah, it was kind of surprising. um, so it, it it went a lot quicker than I actually thought it would, and I guess that's what happens when you get somebody who actually knows what they're doing to work on the car. It goes much faster. So I had this stencil, and that is from, I believe, Art Anthology, and it kind of, I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It kind of looks like a saw blade to me, but it also kind of looks like um, I don't know, a gear spinning or something. So I decided to use it just to give a little bit added texture in the background. Most of it gets covered up, so it's not super obvious, but I thought it would be a little bit of fun to have in the background just to add to it instead of just having that black paper. Now, of course, the black paper is not just black. It's got a lot of colors coming through it, and it's very distressed looking, but I thought this would just be a fun addition, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm not adding a ton of embellishments to this particular layout just because it didn't end up really needing it once all of the paper was on there. I do add some things, but I'm not nearly as many as I would normally add. And so the stenciling kind of really just helped it a little bit to have what looks like more layers behind the photos. And so what I'm doing here is I'm putting my adhesive on the bottom of the strip of paper that is going behind the black, and then I can put the black where I want it. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I put it on the black and then I don't line it up properly, it's going to like, there's going to be a gap. so you'll be able to see below it. And you can see I'm kind of like messing around with it here. And so that worked out really well. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess piece. And there is quite a bit of excess of the black, but that's okay. I don't mind that. And I like how it's looking. I really like how that diagonal stripe just kind of like brings your eye into the center of the layout. And I think that's fun. And working with two 3x4 photos. Are those 3x4? Yes, they're 3x4. Slightly smaller than 3x4 because they're printed on my selfie, so it's not a true 4x6, and you don't get a true 3x4. And then I'm going to back them with this black cardstock just to kind of give an added pop to them, and I think that really helps. And when you're working with photos that are like two different orientations, sometimes that's a little more difficult, but in this case I just kind of overlap them, and I think it works out okay. I didn't try to keep anything straight. I just kind of have it a little bit tilted off kilter, and that kind of helps with that L design of the photos, so it's not really like harsh lines or anything. Now I went through my wood veneer, and I didn't make you sit through watching me turn them black. All I did, and you're going to see it here, is I have some black spray from Dilutions, and I am just dabbing it on to each of the pieces of wood veneer and letting it soak in. And I didn't make you sit through all of it just because it would have taken quite a bit of time, but you get the idea there. And then I have this Nuvo glimmer paste, and it's like glitter paste, and it's kind of like that greenish color that is in the papers. And so I'm just kind of dry brushing that on, not to give good solid coverage, but just to give a little sparkle and sheen here and there. And I really like how that looks. You can do a lot to your wood veneer to really dress it up. I've used embossing powder on it. I've painted it. You can put gesso on it and watercolor it. You can add the glitter paste like I'm doing here. You can add texture paste. You can put paper behind it and back it like it's a cut file. So there are quite a bit of options. You can leave it natural. That is also a very good option. But in this case, I wanted it black, and I wanted it to kind of have a little bit of pizzazz to it, because these really are the only embellishments that I am putting on this page. I'm not going to be adding a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I am going to just do a little bit of journaling and then call it a day. So I did miscount, and I had to go back and add another piece, and that's okay. Everything's still pretty handy there, so sometimes that happens. I probably could have added 2 more pieces, because I usually like to have 3 things in each embellishment area, but in this particular case I think it worked out okay with 2 in one area, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, so it's not a big deal. And then I'm going to add the title, and my title is going to be Spring Fever. It is springtime when he's doing this, but really the nod is to that he is replacing the leaf springs in my husband's truck. And my son does use the truck quite often. We have property in the Sierras, and they go back and forth and go up there to do work and haul things and everything. So it was really just nice that he did that for us. So while I add those letters, I'll just tell you a little bit about May I Scraplift You. This is a month-long series we've been doing, and Crystal Barrett at Pineapple Papers started it. I've been having so much fun scraplifting the people that she chose off of her Instagram. I could have chose other people, and maybe next year I'll do that if this is a series that she does again. But this time I mostly chose the same people that she had on her list, just for the sake of ease, and because I wasn't really sure if I'd be able to play along all the time, or really what I was doing, because this is the first year that I've actually done this, and I'm really excited. I am almost done with all of the videos for the entire month, and so that's really exciting to me, because I've done a couple of 30 days of sketches. Actually, I've completed one of those, so I had a video every day for the month of February, and so it's kind of fun just to challenge myself to do a video every single day. I am adding a little bit of Dilutions spray here, and this is a shimmer spray or glitter spray. Let's see here. They call it shimmer spray. And I am just sprinkling that over, and it has a little bit of silver in it as well so that it pops on the black. And that is going to pretty much do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. I am going to add a little bit of journaling off to the side. I do that off camera, and I don't have that in the stills for you, so I apologize for that. Thank you so much again for watching and choosing my channel today. I hope you go and check out everyone who's playing along in the description box down below, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.